Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news. Hey, Packers fans, hold on to your hats because what I'm about to tell you could be a real game changer for Green Bay. Rumors are swirling that the Packers are eyeing a blockbuster trade for Quenton Nelson, the all-pro guard from the Indianapolis Colts. Now I know what you're thinking. Nelson, isn't he with the Colts? And yes, he is. But the whispers suggest that Green Bay might be willing to part with a second-round pick to bring him over, aiming to bolster an already solid offensive line, especially with Zach Tom currently sidelined due to injury. This move, if it comes to fruition, would be a serious statement that the Packers are all in on protecting Jordan Love and making a deep playoff push this season. Let's dig into why Nelson is such a hot commodity right now. At 29 years old, he's still in his prime, and his performance on the field backs that up. He's a proven mauler in the trenches with a PFF pass block grade of 89.7, which puts him firmly in the top 5 among all offensive guards nationally. His run blocking, an eye-popping 91.2, and he's only allowed 2 sacks over 600 snaps this season. That kind of consistency and elite performance is rare, especially from someone with his experience. Since entering the league, Nelson has played 95 games, and his EPA per block is +0.20, showcasing his ability to positively impact the offense. His run-win rate is an impressive 82%, and he generates an average of 4.2 yards after contact per interior rush, making him a true force in the running game. And it's not just about the stats. Nelson's power pull success rate is at 88%, meaning he's highly effective in those quick, decisive blocking schemes that can spring big runs. His ability to create holes and keep defenses honest is exactly what Green Bay needs, especially with their current injury issues on the line. Remember, Zach Tom is battling injuries, and that makes adding a player of Nelson's caliber even more critical. The Packers are sitting at a solid 9-3-1 record, still very much in NFC North contention, but they know that to make a real run in the playoffs, they need to shore up the trenches. Looking at the Colts, they're in a bit of a rebuild mode with a 5-8 record, led by quarterback Anthony Richardson, who's showing promise with a QBR of 76.9. However, the team is also facing some financial realities. With a cap hit of around $20 million for Nelson, the Colts are capping their ability to retain him long-term, especially as they need to free up cap space. About $13 million to bolster their secondary and wide receiver core. Their offensive line has been leaking pressure, giving up around 28 pressures per game, which is a big concern for any quarterback, let alone a rookie like Richardson trying to develop. From Green Bay's perspective, this move makes a lot of sense. The Packers have about $20 million in cap space and are in a prime position to make a push for Nelson, adding him to a line already anchored by Elgton Jenkins, who's grading at 87.5 for 2025 could elevate the entire unit. Think about it. If Nelson joins forces with Jenkins and the rest of the line, the Packers could reduce their sacks allowed from around 4.1 per game to closer to 3.2. That's a significant improvement that would give Jordan Love more protection and time to execute plays. Plus, the run game would get a boost, with an anticipated +17% increase in run EPA, helping them control the clock and keep defenses guessing. And speaking of the run game, adding Nelson could be a game changer for the ground attack. With Josh Jacobs, who's rushing for over 100 yards this season, the yards per carry could jump from 4.0 to 4.7 yards. That's the type of upgrade that can make a difference in close games, especially at Lambeau Field in the cold, where physicality and resilience are everything. Nelson's presence would also give Love more confidence in the pocket, knowing he has a guard with elite pass-blocking skills protecting him. An improved protection scheme combined with a strong running game could transform the Packers into one of the most balanced and dangerous offenses in the NFC. Now, let's talk about the potential impact on Super Bowl odds. Currently, the Packers are listed at +600 in most sportsbooks, but if they land Nelson, those odds could tighten significantly, down to +350, maybe even lower. That's an 11% bump in success rate in simulation models, which might not sound huge, but for a team like Green Bay, it's a tangible step closer to the Lombardi Trophy. Imagine the Packers lining up in the cold, with a fortified line and a confident Jordan Love, ready to punch through defenses with a balanced attack. Nelson's addition would be a clear message that Green Bay is committed to winning now and building a resilient, title-contending squad. This move also echoes the kind of bold decisions made in recent Packers history. Think back to the Joe Thuney trade in 2021, which helped the Kansas City Chiefs boost their run efficiency by roughly 15%. That kind of upgrade in the trenches often translates directly to more wins and playoff success. Nelson's track record supports that idea. His ability to dominate in pass protection and create running lanes is exactly what the Packers need to take that next step. His presence would not only upgrade the starting lineup, but also elevate the entire offensive scheme, giving head coach Matt LaFleur more options and flexibility. Of course, some might be skeptical about the long-term cost of such a trade, especially given Nelson's age and the financial implications for the Colts. But for Green Bay, this is about now. The team has the cap space, the draft capital, and the motivation to make a bold move that could pay dividends immediately. Plus, with the NFC North still very much up for grabs, Detroit and Minnesota are no pushovers. The Packers have every reason to push all in. They want to establish dominance, and solidifying the offensive line is one of the most effective ways to do that. Looking at the bigger picture, Nelson's addition would be a statement of intent. It signals that Green Bay is not content with just competing. They want to dominate. It's about creating a culture of resilience and physicality that defines their identity, especially in the cold and challenging conditions of Lambeau. With the playoffs approaching and every game more critical than ever, having a veteran like Nelson anchoring the line could be the difference maker in close games and tough playoff matchups. And let's not forget, the fans love a good blockbuster trade. The Packers have a deep history of making bold moves that pay off, and this one could be no different. The excitement around the team would skyrocket, and it would energize the locker room, knowing that management is committed to winning now. Nelson's proven track record, combined with the Packers' current roster and cap situation, makes this a move that could reshape their fortunes for years to come. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So what do you think, Packers fans? Would you be excited about Quenton Nelson donning the green and gold? Do you see him transforming the line and helping Jordan Love reach new heights? This kind of move, if executed, could be exactly what Green Bay needs to not only contend for a Super Bowl, but to set a new standard of dominance in the NFC North. The team has the pieces, the cap space, and the desire. Now it's just about making that bold move and sealing the deal. Keep an eye on this story because a trade like this could be announced any day now, and if it happens, it's going to send shockwaves through the league. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. Let's go, Pack!